I'll do it. Welcome to Voyage Consulting and Business Solutions After Hours Ask the Expert series. My name is Margarita Estrada, COO of Voyage, and I'm here with my colleagues Darlene Blanco, CEO, and Mario Lewis, CFO. Thank you for joining us from Eastern, Central, Mountain, and Pacific time zones. We're so happy that you're with us. Remember to grow your business with Voyage, ignite your career with Voyage, and start your voyage when? Today.
Hey.
For value-added content, follow us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel and Start Your Voyage, and follow us on LinkedIn. So today's case is a typical one that many presenters go through. So you practice for your presentation, you expect it to be a success, and then there is a technical glitch that causes unexpected delays. So what is the solution? Well, you refocus, regroup, and reframe. So let's talk about recovery. And next week, we're going to cover what to do prior to prepare. But today, we're focused on recovery when something goes wrong. Mario?
This is a great topic because when you're a presenter and you're a frequent presenter, it's not a matter if the technology will go out. It's just a matter of when the technology will go out. And I remember earlier in my career, I was actually doing a presentation for a not-for-profit, and I was having a great present. I was crushing it. I was making them laugh. Everyone was connected, and all I heard from the machine was beep, 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 and it died. The computer died. And guess what I had forgotten to pack? I did not plug in. I did not have a power cord. Didn't have a backup. Didn't have anything. But so that experience taught me it is so critical for you to stay in the moment, acknowledge what has happened, uh, and reassure the audience that because you are skilled and because you're capable, you're able to finish the presentation and still deliver the message. So the first thing I always recommend, and which takes a lot of practice, is remaining calm when you know that the technology glitch, it has come or is coming. So just remain in the moment. So I'll take that as the opening shot. Darlene, please take it over next.
Oh my goodness, the technical glitches are something that are gonna happen and you need to be prepared for it, like Mario stated. One of the things that happened to me early on, and I was so embarrassed, but I went with it and it was what it was. My first workshop, going out and trying to kind of do this on my own independently as an entrepreneur for my personal brand, way before we were even constructing what would be Voyage. As we're out there trying to kind of, get the first like rendezvous in the classrooms, all of a sudden, big glitch. Nothing is working at all, but I had a workshop and there was only two of us. It was me and my mom who was helping me on this journey. I said, Mom, come with me. It's my first workshop. It's kind of like my trial or audition. If I do a good job, I'll get hired for other gigs. That's what this was when I was first thinking about it. It wasn't even a brand yet. And everything went wrong. But guess what, folks? I'm old school. I bring printed copies. And guess what? It was just enough to be able to say, I'm going to take this side of the room. You're going to take that side of the room. What we had planned for the presentation wasn't going to go the way that we expected. However, we were going to break out into special groups. And that session turned out to be really powerful because we got to super connect with the audience. And I remember that just like the other day, and it's actually one of the pictures that you'll see if you visit the Voyage website. So that group photo where you see it's in that Grace Institute where that little mishap went wild, and it was like not anything that could imagine, but we were able to save the day, and those women got all the training that they needed from our personal delivery of what happens when technology fails.
Well, aside from staying calm and definitely adaptable, it is important to connect with the venue technical team that's there because they are your friend. If possible, get to know them beforehand, which is very important because they are going to be your lifesaver. And you're standing in front of the audience. Definitely acknowledge, tell them, we have technical difficulties, so we're going to have a great time right now. Anybody has some jokes to tell, anything to share, just keep them entertained until the issue is resolved. Mario?
Agreed. You have to acknowledge it right up front because the funny thing is if you pretend like it doesn't happen and it's obvious, you start to lose credibility as a speaker. That's like having a stain on your jacket and like and pretending that it's not there when everybody can see it and it's causing a distraction. So is it immediately remove the distraction? Hey, the technology is not working. The slide should have moved. My clicker is not working. I'm changing the batteries. The video is not loading. Things like that. Just acknowledge it and keep the conversation going. Because if you are calm and they know you to be the professional that you are. They know your brand. They know they will stay with you because they want to be connected with your message. So take that moment to improvise. Some of the best pieces of humor that I've delivered is as of part of recovering from a glitch or a technology concern. So again, acknowledge the situation, let the audience continue to be a part of the show, and just use that as an opportunity to do some of your improv, some of the lines you've practiced in advance in case such an occurrence will happen. So I'll hand it to Darlene to continue talking about her hilarious scenarios.
Yeah, and I'm going to bring us into our virtual space. So, a lot of these little snafus also happen on our virtual platforms. Those breakout rooms might not be connecting. Your instructors that you're relying on to be in those breakout rooms might not have accessibility, and there's the issues that are going down. I remember being behind the scenes. We had 384 or 5 people logged into this thing,
Wow.
and everything's going, and what we think is happening is seamless. And next thing you know, breakout room 4 is wondering why that's not the crew that's supposed to be in there. They've got the wrong instructor. You realize before you know it, this thing is going to come to a close, and you have just a few minutes to get everything right and rectified so that folks are going to get their education and training that they signed up for. So much pressure. And here's what I say to everyone: make sure you stack your resources when you know that you're delivering and you have something important. Bring on someone to serve as your Zoom master. This was a newly created position that just
Mhm.
popped onto the universe. Like, gosh, we actually need folks that are going to manage this platform so that we can do what we do. And as our attendees are coming on in, they're going to be put into their conference rooms. Things are happening behind the scenes. You don't know that folks are probably texting each other, panicking, who's not in the right room, but that's fine, right? But I just want to say we are living in this new virtual environment. And as you're thinking about all the hiccups that can happen from a technology standpoint, always be prepared too that these things happen in this space as well. And it's going to reflect on you as well, the user, and also the practitioner. If you're delivering programming, we work with a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of nonprofits that offer programming right here through Zoom platforms. So this is where we also need to make sure our brand credibility, because if your Zoom doesn't go right and people don't have a good experience, they're probably not signing up for that next, round 2. So want to make sure that's a part of this discussion as well.
Thank you, Darlene. One of the things that you can do if there are any glitches and you're delivering in person or online while everything's being resolved, you could offer an unexpected bonus for your audience. Everybody loves prizes, right? So if you're an author, you can offer a book or maybe some type of package that has to do with your business, just to get people to be involved. There are different ways that you can keep the audience going while this technical difficulty is happening. In fact, you could say, well, how many minutes do you think this technical glitch is going to take to solve? Whoever guesses the right amount, they get a prize. Something just to bring people in. But let's talk also now about preparation, because preparation is key so that these things do not happen. So one of the ways is, of course, to check your presentation slides and make sure that you have your right device, your software, batteries, right? Make sure if you're taking a laptop that it is fully loaded. If you have a clicker, make sure it has a good battery that's working, and take extra batteries with you. Make sure that your embedded media, such as videos, animations, and music, is working as expected. Practice, practice, practice using those slides and making sure that they're in proper order. Mario?
Great. I think this is a great time to tell our audience about who we are. Just a good time to take a break. So I want to remind everybody, it is a great time to become a Voyage Insider. So it is important that you think about growing your business with Voyage, continuing your Voyage, igniting your career with Voyage. And there's no better time than the present. So start your Voyage today. So if you're enjoying this content, please follow us on our social media platforms. There's much more value-added content for you to check there. And I just love this topic because it is a critical part. It doesn't matter if you're presenting as a professional speech coach, or if you're working in a corporate environment, you are going to experience these types of challenges. And it is just important to navigate them with precision and poise. So just even like building on what Margarita said, it is important that you think about all the ways that you can minimize the impact of technology glitches. She highlighted a number of you, just checking all of those pieces and components before you get on stage, whether it be making sure you have a backup set of batteries, because it's no problem to change the clicker while you're standing in front of the stage. The audience is fine with that. And you can use that as a moment to deliver some forms of humor and engage the audience more. I always think of these opportunities as an opportunity to demonstrate how comfortable and how poised you are. Because it's when you go through those circumstances, you're demonstrating to the audience how cool, calm, and collected you are in any moment of challenge. So use this as an opportunity to show to show the audience what the speaker that you are. So handing it to you, Darlene, to continue on.
Oh my goodness, I cannot wait to continue on and remind everyone that I have a funny. So remember, honestly, they don't know. We don't know if you're making a hiccup. Maybe the audience doesn't even know. So remind yourself that during these challenging times where things are happening and maybe your tech is glitching or thing, your connection is with the audience that is there for you, for hearing your messaging. Has
Yeah.
nothing to do with how you're delivering it. And maybe you had some really great visual aids or whatever it is you had populating for them. If something's not going on, just move on. Just move on. They don't need to know that you are, flustered over it. And I think that that's something that I recognized a long time ago. I used to get so worried about what I was presenting to them or how it wasn't going to work or how. I'm like, no, they're here for me. They're here to make sure that I'm on point, that I'm here for them, and that my message is right. The technology is the value add, the per se. And if it goes down, it goes down. You're still going to get what you signed up for because you're going to have my authenticity of what I came to deliver. So never forget that. And that's a really, really important message that I want everyone to take away, because I think that that's really reflective of the fact that, like, even if you're in a workshop and you're trying to, do this delivery of the session, folks in the audience don't know when things are not going right. And for you, your determination of whether or not something is going right. So be no big deal to you. So it's going to be no big deal to them. If it's a big deal to you, now it's a big deal to them. So whatever you put off to the side, it's nothing. Guess what? It's nothing to them. So you can win-win every time. Bring your authentic self. We talk about that all the time here at Voyage. Let us help you develop it. Let us help you make sure that you feel confident in these moments when you can get shaken up. And these are the distractions we were talking about even last week. But now this is on a higher level because it's not only the it's noise and also the tech pieces, right?
Excellent. So Darlene spoke before about how she's old school and she prints the slides, and that's extremely important. It's also important to bring multiple versions of your presentation, USB drive, or put it in the cloud, email it to yourself in case one way fails you can still have other ways in which you can access your presentation. Also, make sure that you have a backup plan so that this way, when things go wrong, it saves you from panicking. You're able to maintain your composure. And that is a big one, Mario.
Yeah, the funny thing is that what Darlene was saying is just about being in the moment. I like the way we did our session today because we spent a lot of time talking about when we've had challenges. And the fact that we're able to be transparent around it, be and laugh about it now, and it helps us to show the audience that they too can laugh about it. Because I was that same type of person who was just felt a little uptight, wasn't enjoying being in front of audiences because I felt the risk that I wouldn't show up in a certain way. When audiences are now more than ever looking for authentic, they're looking for real, they're looking for people who can connect in a deeper way rather than people who are just stand up on stage and be perfect. So I think that's one tool and way to do it. But like you said, Margarita, um, it is important to prepare for that so that because you don't want it to happen. You do want to because the challenge is that when things like that happen, it can sometimes distract away from the message that you want to give. And the most important thing is that you deliver that message. So I do the same thing. I'm old school. I keep physical pieces of paper. I keep handouts. I keep, I've gone to presentations with multiple flash drives just in case one flash drive doesn't work and I have to plug it into a computer. So I have so many fail safes in the situation that something goes down because again, I want to be able to deliver that message to the audience, and that is my ultimate goal. And if I can't do it with the technology, I'm going to do it with just simply me. So just like
All
that.
about you.
I mean, because the truth is, we are the tool. We're
That's
the
right.
mechanism. We're the
That's right.
platform, as
Yeah.
opposed to, and the technology is just the pipeline to deliver it. We are the message. So
That's right. It's a good idea to practice with the slides and without the slides. In
absolutely,
case of slides crash, you're still able to deliver.
of course.
Darlene?
And you know me, I don't like the slides. It's really hard for me to stick to the slides and to be so rehearsed, only because I really just feel like I always want to be connecting with my audience. So for me, whether the technical glitches are happening, it doesn't matter, except if we're in the virtual space. Because if the Zoom goes down, then we're out of here. And that
We're all
stinks.
down.
But seriously, these are one of the things where as presenters, as educators, as speakers, these are things that we need to be prepared for. And our audience will be with us and they will respond to our reaction. So as the leader of the session, always know that your audience is going to react the way you react. So if you're handling everything and you're prepared and you've got your backup plan, then you're good to go. And they feel like, great, wonderful. This speaker's prepared for whatever goes down. And that's exactly what you want to exuberate. I'm going to wrap us up because we're at the
Yes.
time. I can continue on, but we are going to see you guys all next week. Sign up to become a Voyage Insider. A lot of cool things in the pipeline, and we will, talk a little bit more about the things that are going to be available to the network. For now, we have to sign off. Good night, everyone.
Good night now.